here with Kate Hall, the director of the new Lenox Library, and we're here for the sneak preview of the Digital Media Lab. Kate,
Sally,
are you going to tell us a little bit about the lab?
I am going to tell you a little about the lab. We are so excited to be doing this sneak peek with Channel 6. We're very excited that we have this new space to offer the residents in New Lenox.
And what was the inspiration behind this lab?
Well, the board, as part of our strategic plan, wanted to do a fundraiser. And so anytime you do a fundraiser, you really need to figure out, you don't want to just do a fundraiser to raise money. We wanted to do something special for the community. And so we looked at a bunch of different ideas, and the board decided that what the community, based on input that we received from other surveys and things, could really use would be an expansion of our regular computer lab. So something that would have a little bit more meat to it, something that would allow people that maybe had a different skill set or people that wanted to learn some new skills to come in and use a space to learn and create and really just explore the possibilities of the advances in technology that we're seeing.
Right, and to fund this, you have some great equipment to start with. I know we're going to expand a little bit, but how did you fund this?
Oh, well, that is a great question, Sally. We funded it with two fundraisers. As I mentioned, the board, as part of our strategic plan, did a fundraiser last fall. It was our Now Playing Mini Golf fundraiser, which was so not only did it help raise money for this lab, but it was so much fun. And we also were very lucky that our friends of the library do an annual Spring Arts Festival. And so last year's money was used to help fund this. So with the two fundraisers combined, we raised just over $11,000. Everything that you're going to see here today, we purchased with that money, which is really great because you'll hear of other libraries that have done this and spent millions of dollars. And so we really wanted to make it special, and so we were very cost effective and looked for the best deals and did it all with the money from the fundraisers. We have not used any taxpayer dollars to create the space or buy any of the equipment or any of the software. So, and we're very excited about it.
Well, this is an exciting lab and a lot of things people could do when they come to visit the library. So show us around.
All right, great. Well, we're going to have Ashley, who is our new digital services assistant, show you a little bit about the lab and all the fun stuff you can do here.
Looking forward.
Great.
Now, to show us around the lab a little bit, we're with Ashley Middleton.
Hi, Sally.
Hi, Ashley. How you doing?
Good.
Now, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I graduated from UIC, although I'm a New Lenox resident of over 20 years.
Oh.
I went up through the New Lenox school system in Lincoln Way, so I'm familiar with the area. And then when I graduated, I went to Joliet Junior College and then the University of Illinois at Chicago, where I studied graphic design.
Oh, that's great. Now, you helped with the design a little bit and what's here?
Yes, I helped set up the tutorials. All the equipment was chosen before I was here, but it's wonderful equipment that I'm very excited about. A lot of the equipment are things that I am familiar with from my training at UIC. The background that I have is a foundational program where before we were allowed to choose our major, we had to go through all of the design programming. So I had to go through everything from graphic design, where we cut and pasted paper. We weren't even allowed to use computers at that time, through sculpture, film and video, and I even bent sheet metal for a semester.
Wow, that's great. Yes. That's great. So it gives you a whole overview of everything.
Oh yes, so it was a very adaptable education.
Okay, so now tell us about the lab. What's the hours? Where are you located in the library?
Well, we are in the old periodicals room in the library. So we're upstairs in adult services. If you're familiar where the CDs and DVDs are, there is a desk there, and you'll see me sitting there when I'm here. Our hours are scattered a bit for the summer for a purpose. What we want to do is get as many patrons as many times as possible. So one week I will be here Monday, Wednesday, Friday. The next week I will be here Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And our goal is to see how the patrons are going to be using the lab so that we can catch as many people as possible.
And create accordingly.
Absolutely. So when people come in and we take note of when they are here the most, I will adapt my schedule to the flow of patrons.
Now, do you have any scheduled classes?
We do have a few on Saturdays. The schedule is at my desk and on the website for the library. And I will be teaching the converter equipment, which is VHS to DVD, vinyl LP albums to MP3s, and cassettes to MP3s. We're also teaching a class on the Silhouette Cameo, which is a vinyl and paper cutter tool that is really cool.
It sounds really exciting. There's so many things to do. So show us a little bit around.
Okay. Well, we're sitting at the desk right now with our wonderful Macs. We have 2 iMacs, brand new right now. They have a lot of software on them for creating wonderful things. We have the easy converter software. We have the full Adobe Creative Suite, which is Photoshop, Illustrator for vector graphics, InDesign for designing posters and pamphlets and anything paper. It's also interactive design. We have film and video editing. We have audio equipment. So there is just so much on here. And it's not just the big, scary professional equipment that we have. We still have iMovie and other things that people will find on their Macs that they can come in and explore without fear. My big philosophy for the Digital Media Lab is no fear and fail hard, because exploring new things, you're going to get discouraged and you're going to fail at something, and that's part of the process of creation. And as I was growing up, I would always give up on things because it was too hard or I didn't understand it yet, and I would give up right away. But really, that prevented me from getting a lot of opportunities. And so what I want to do with the new Lenox community is make sure that they're getting all of the opportunities that they can with this equipment. So we have wonderful things like the Canon Rebel, which is a DSLR camera, and it's the T3i, which is one of the newest cameras. We also have a telephoto lens for the Canon. We have the Canon Vixia, which is an HD camcorder. We have our Epson scanner. We have a Wacom Tablet, which is a drawing tablet. So when it's not only good for drawing, it's also good for editing photographs as well, kind of airbrushing and things like that. You can also use it as a mouse. We have a Yeti microphone, which is a pre-professional microphone that I know a lot of professional bloggers use. And then we have our Silhouette Cameo electronic cutting tool. It's quite a mouthful, and it's one of the most fiddly pieces of equipment that we have. I love it. You can do anything with it, and that's why it's fiddly. So you can come to me and I'll teach you how to use it. It can not only print on vinyl and paper, it also prints on fabric. It cuts vinyl, paper, and fabric. And it does heat transfers as well. So you can make decals, you can make heat transfer t-shirts, you can cut things out really detailed for cards. The sky's the limit with the Cameo, which is really exciting. We also have something that most people are very excited about, is the LP vinyl album to MP3 converter, as well as our little cassette to MP3 converter, which is, I've met some kids who don't even know what this is. So I'm very excited to get a few cassettes transferred to MP3. We also have a VHS to DVD converter, which is exceptionally important to me because it's difficult how quickly technology moves forward. And if we don't transfer all of the things that we have to a new technology, then they're often lost. For example, I don't have something that I can convert 8mm or 16mm film yet. But my dad passed away a few years ago, and I have video of him from Vietnam. And so if I don't transfer that soon professionally, that's going to be lost. And we don't want our community to lose their memories. So we have all of these things for them. I've converted on the LP converter the 1966 Lincoln Way Glee albums that my great-grandfather would collect. He was a janitor at Lincoln Way. So we have all of these wonderful things at the library for our community to archive our community. So I'm very excited about that.
Ashley, I understand you have online training too.
We have some pretty fantastic online training through lynda.com, and it's lynda.com. It is basically anything that you would ever want to know. Not only is it training for the software that we have, it's training for small business, it trains you for social media, it trains you for how to argue a raise, it trains you for building self-confidence. It's wonderful on video editing, Photoshop techniques, magazine training, anything that you need, it has. So we're very excited to offer lynda.com here.
Ashley, thank you for the tour of the lab, and to go ahead and sign me up.
Thank you so much for coming and seeing our digital media lab.
Now we're here with Kate again. And Kate, now tell us, what could you do with this lab? It's not just for residents, is it?
No, actually, we also really want to target the small businesses in the community, because small businesses have limited resources, and we really feel that we can be a valuable resource for them. So perhaps you have a new staff member that has never used Microsoft Word before. You can come into the lab and use lynda.com, and your staff can be trained. Or maybe you've always wanted to have a professional headshot done, but you don't want to go and pay a lot of money for it. You can come in and use some of our equipment and our backdrops to help you. Or maybe you want to make a short little 30-second commercial. You can use our green screen and our camcorder. We're also going to be working with the Chamber on developing targeted classes to help businesses use the resources in the lab. We want our small businesses in the community to succeed, and we really feel that this lab is going to give them tools that they would not otherwise be able to afford. So we're very excited about the possibilities and really hope that the small businesses in the community are excited as well.
Great ideas, Kate, and great applications for everything. So what's the future of your lab?
Well, we are going to be holding another mini golf fundraiser this fall, and all of the money for that will be going right back into the lab. So what we really want is we want to hear from the residents. What do they want? What would they like to see? Maybe they're interested in more camcorders. Maybe they'd like to have some Macs that they can use throughout the building. Maybe there's other equipment that we haven't even thought of. So we're really excited about the possibilities, but we know that the only way that this lab can grow and become what the community wants is to hear back from the community. We also would love to hear from people that already have these skills and are interested in giving back in the community. Maybe you are a Photoshop whiz and you want to teach a class for us. Or maybe you're interested in volunteering and helping out one-on-one with people that haven't ever used the equipment or the software. We're looking for people that are interested in helping. Ashley is fabulous, but she's only one person, and so we're really looking for a way to expand upon what we're going to be doing and look for ways to make this as vital a resource as we possibly can. So if you know anyone that is interested, just have them give us a call, 815-485-2605, and they can ask for either me, Kate Hall, or Ashley Middleton.
Great. And so you're looking for more volunteers and some input.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, love the lab. Thank you for all this information that you shared with us.
You're welcome.
Can't wait till it opens up. And do we have an opening date?
We do. Our opening date is going to be Monday, June 2nd. So call today to reserve some space in the lab, and we'll see you here.
Okay. Thank you so much, Kate.
Oh, thanks, Sally.